Hello friends, if you are planning to do a false ceiling in your house and are confused between POP false ceiling and a gypsum board false ceiling, then this video is for you. In this video, I will explain everything in detail. Which gypsum board to choose, how much labor and material cost comes, and where vendors usually fool people. If you are planning a POP false ceiling, I will also explain how billing is done, how much material and electrical work costs, and what the total expense becomes. After watching this full video, you will clearly understand both options and be able to decide which one is best for your house. Please watch this video till the end. It is slightly long, but only because all important details are included. First, we will fully understand gypsum false ceiling. A gypsum false ceiling is made using gypsum boards. These boards are fixed below the slab to create the false ceiling. Many people get confused between POP and gypsum false ceilings. The difference is simple. In gypsum false ceiling, ready-made boards are installed. In POP false ceiling, first a chicken mesh is fixed and then POP plaster is applied on it. With gypsum boards, you can make almost any design you want, simple or modern. But the main question is cost. The current rate for gypsum board false ceiling is around 70 to 80 rupees per square feet. This price usually includes both material and labor, and the contractor gives you finished work. Now let us understand the cost with a simple example. Suppose your room size is 10 feet by 10 feet, which means the area is 100 square feet. If we take 80 rupees per square feet, then the total cost for gypsum false ceiling becomes 100 into 80 is equal to 8000 rupees. So for one 10 feet by 10 feet room, the basic gypsum false ceiling work will cost around 8000 rupees. But this is not the final amount. This price only includes the gypsum board, metal channels, and labor. Electrical work is not included in this rate. When you do a false ceiling, electrical wiring runs inside it for lights. Conduit pipes are installed, good quality wires like polycab or Havels are used, and concealed lights and LED strip lights are fitted. All this electrical work has a separate cost, which usually comes to around 95 to 100 rupees per square feet. So for a 100 square feet room, 100 into 95 is equal to 9500 rupees. This becomes your electrical expense. Many people only calculate the false ceiling cost and start the work, and later get surprised when the total amount increases because electrical work is added separately. That is why understanding the full cost beforehand is very important. So the electrical cost comes to around 9500 rupees. After that, you also need to get paint done on the gypsum false ceiling. This includes one coat of primer and one coat of paint. If we take around 18 rupees per square feet for primer and paint, then for a 100 square feet room, the painting cost will be around 1800 rupees. So in total, for a 10 feet by 10 feet room, the complete gypsum board false ceiling cost is equal to 8000 plus 9500 plus 1800 is equal to 19300 rupees. This is how the full expense is calculated. Now let us understand where people usually get fooled and what things you must take care of during installation. In a gypsum board false ceiling, the most important thing is the quality of the gypsum board. These boards come in different sizes like 6 feet by 4 feet, 8 feet by 4 feet, and 10 feet by 4 feet, and the thickness is usually 12.5 mm. Always make sure the board quality is good, otherwise it can absorb dampness and get damaged over time. Gyprock from Saint Gobain, Armstrong, USG Boral, and India Gypsum. These are some of the most trusted brands known for providing good quality materials. Next comes the framing work. Proper metal framing is done using channels fixed to the ceiling. You do not need to worry about whether the channel looks thick or thin. Just make sure the channels are from the brands mentioned above. Another very important part is the fasteners. The entire false ceiling hangs on these fasteners. These should be from good brands like Gypsum or Armstrong. The screws used should also be from reliable brands. This is not a promotional video. I am mentioning multiple brands so that you can choose any good one available near you. After the boards are fixed with screws, small gaps remain between them. These gaps are filled using joint filler compound. This filler should also be of good quality. After filling, a fiberglass tape is applied over the joints to prevent cracks. Many contractors agree to work at 70 to 80 rupees per square feet and use good boards and channels. But they save money on fasteners and joint filler. Because of this, cracks start appearing in the false ceiling later. So always pay attention to the quality of fasteners, joint filler and tape. If these materials are good, your gypsum false ceiling will remain crack-free for a long time. Next, make sure all fasteners are fixed properly. If the fasteners and material quality are good, your false ceiling will not develop cracks. When you fix a rate of 70 to 80 rupees per square feet, the contractor will easily agree. But you must always ask which brand of material he is using. If you ignore this, problems will come later. So brand quality is very important. Now, I have explained gypsum false ceiling in full detail. But most people choose POP false ceiling. And this is where maximum confusion and fraud happens. Contractors usually give 2 to 3 different types of rates. And many people only look at the price, not the material. Now, let me explain POP false ceiling in very simple way. There are mainly 2 types of billing in POP false ceiling. The first is complete area billing. In this method, the contractor charges based on the total slab area. For example, if your room slab is 10 feet by 10 feet, they will quote a rate of around 130 to 140 rupees per square feet. So your total area becomes 10 into 10 is equal to 100 square feet. At 130 rupees per square feet, the total cost comes to around 13,000 rupees. They usually say that you can make any design you want, cove, borders or patterns. This is called a lump sum rate. In many cases, material quality is reduced in this method to manage costs. That is why you should always ask which mesh, angles and material brands are being used. Most people do not ask this and only see the rate, which is a big mistake. The second method is design-based billing. In this, the rate is usually 80 to 100 rupees per square feet, depending on the design. At first, this looks cheaper than 130 to 140 rupees rate. But here, measurement manipulation happens. This is the most important point to understand, and that is why this video focuses on how POP measurements are actually calculated. First, I will show you the false ceiling. As you can see, tray all around, cove inside and a full false ceiling. Now this is where measurement confusion starts. Earlier, the room area was 10 feet by 10 feet, which is 100 square feet. But after this design, how is measurement done? First, tray measurement is calculated. Tray is usually 1.5 feet, that is 18 inches. So calculation becomes 10 feet into 1.5 feet on one side and the same on the opposite side. Total tray area is equal to 10 into 1.5 into 2 plus 7 into 1.5 into 2 is equal to 51 square feet. Next comes the inner strip, that is cove, usually a 2-inch strip. This can be measured in running feet or square feet. Total length of strip is equal to 7 feet into 4 is equal to 28 feet. Many contractors apply the same 80 rupees rate on the strip also. But you should not agree to this. Strip rate should be 40 to 50 rupees per running feet. If you do this, you save a good amount of money. So total POP area is equal to 100 plus 51 plus 28 is equal to 179 square feet. The rate of POP false ceiling is 80 rupees per square feet. So the amount is 179 into 80 is equal to 14,320 rupees. One very important mistake: never allow false ceiling to be fixed directly to the slab. Some people do cheap work by lowering only the design portion and applying putty on the rest. Later, dampness and cracks start appearing. Now comes electrical work. Consider 12 electrical points. Labor rate is around 90 rupees per point. Labor amount shall be 12 into 90 is equal to 1080 rupees. Now for wiring and piping, the rate is 340 rupees per point. So 12 into 340 is equal to 4080 rupees. Now the cost of LED is 220 rupees. We have considered 12 number of LED lights. So 12 into 220 is equal to 2640 rupees. Cost of LED strip is equal to 10 meter into 100 is equal to 1000 rupees. So total amount of electrical work is equal to 1080 plus 4080 plus 2640 plus 1000 is equal to 8800 rupees. Then comes putty and primer cost, which nobody tells you in advance. 1 liter primer covers approximately 200 square feet of area, and our total area of false ceiling is 179 square feet. The rate of 1 liter primer is 250 rupees. So consider primer cost as 250 rupees. 1 kg of putty covers 14 to 16 square feet of area. So 179 divided by 14 is equal to 13 kg. Rate of 20 kg bag of putty is 1100 rupees, which means the rate of putty is 55 rupees per kg. Now the material amount of putty is equal to 13 into 55 is equal to 715 rupees. And the labor rate for putty is 4 rupees per square feet. So labor amount for putty is equal to 179 into 4 is equal to 716 rupees. So total cost of painting is equal to 715 plus 716 is equal to 1431 rupees. After adding all these hidden charges, electrical, putty, primer, the total POP false ceiling cost for a 10 feet by 10 feet room is equal to 14320 plus 8800 plus 1431 is equal to 24,551 rupees. So whenever you are going for POP false ceiling, ask the cost of all these things. This is why people feel cheated later. So what should you do? If the design is simple, go for design-wise billing. And if the design is complicated, go for complete area billing to avoid confusion. But in both cases, always check material brand, mesh quality, and putty used. So friends, which false ceiling do you like more? Comment POP or gypsum, just one word. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.